Yeah, this summer he has. Yeah, he was not in the spring. He was able to do some individual stuff toward the end of spring, but he was not live contact. But he's been full go this summer. When we start, he'll be ready to roll.
Was that a big relief given how gruesome that injury looked at first?
Yeah, I mean that was tough, man. Especially going out there and the way he performed against Virginia Tech in his first game ever. Like, I mean, he did really, really well. And then the first play, you go out there and suffer an injury like that. Like, but again, mentally, that'll be the challenge for him. I think physically he's going to be ready to go, but it'll take him a while mentally. Just okay, hey, there'll be one play where he goes out there and has to plant or has to brace, and then he feels like, okay, I'm good to go. So trying to get over that mental hurdle, early in fall camp will be big.
All those practices you guys are doing against probably one of the better defenses in the country. Talk about the pride that you see when you see those guys really stepping up and facing that challenge.
Yeah, I mean that's part of why you do what you do is to have those guys, come off the field with that confidence and that belief, and I really think that's not only this year, but like to me, that's why Clemson has been able to perform well in the national championship games against Alabama. It's because who you practice against every day. Like that's him. You only get to play 16, 17 games, but you're practicing every day, and who you practice against matters. And when those guys go on the field against LSU, like they've gone against Peter Woods, they've gone against TJ Parker, they've gone against Cuddy. Like they've been challenged, they've been put in the fire. So I think that gives them confidence, because it's really who you practice against really matters as far as your confidence, your belief, and the speed of the game. You don't want to go out there and get shocked. So I think going against a defense like ours, I think is very important.
Does it change the way you coach and seeing how you're playing against these guys? Does it change the way you have confidence in them?
I don't think it changes it, but I think this game is played at a certain speed, especially at a championship level. I know I've said the word vision a lot, but there's a certain way it's supposed to look. And when you go against great players, you see it look a certain way, and that's the challenge when you go against great players. But I think it does give you confidence to know, hey, if I can go win a one-on-one pass rush versus TJ, then I can go out there and do it in the game.
You've done this a long time. What do you think the potential of this O-line is as far as compared to some of the better O-line?
Yeah, I think that's tough to compare it to it, because every year is different. But for me, I'm excited about the experience that we have. But again, we got to go put the work in. Like that's the challenge. It's like last year doesn't matter. The fact you're a senior doesn't matter. Every snap you've ever played before, yeah, it's good to have that experience, but we still got to go put the work in, and we got to go do it. So that'll be the challenge for this group. I do, absolutely.
It was hard last year when Maffa obviously was in such an injured state. And
Yeah.
As an offensive line, you're trying to pass protect without really the threat of play action.
Right.
Can you maybe just get some insight into?
Yeah, I think part of offense is trying to get the balls to your playmakers and getting the balls into the hands of your best players, and obviously that's what we were trying to do. I know that's not rocket science, but that was part of it, especially when one of your better players is injured. You're trying to protect him. But like I said, whatever we're called to do, we got to step up and do it. We don't want to make it an excuse for anything. Like, just whatever you're called to do, you go out there and you execute and you go do it. And sometimes you're going to have to win running the ball. Sometimes you may have to throw it a little bit more. But whatever we're called to do, we want to be able to go out there and do it.
With just some injury press stuff, guys like Colin, I guess, and Tristan, how are they right now and, ready to go for camp?
Yeah, everybody's ready to roll. Yep. So they weren't in spring practice,
right.
So you didn't see them much, but they're full go right now in summer workouts, summer conditioning, and we'll be ready to roll unless something happens between now and then. They'll be full go day one.
Ian too.
Ian will be back, I believe, full speed. He's just coming back from that knee and trying to get his body right, but I think he'll be ready to roll. I mean, yeah, I think any offensive line would take pride in trying to elevate the performance, and I really feel like when we step on the field, we almost got half the offense. You know what I mean? And when you go out there, so I think you have to take pride in that, and especially with an experienced group, I think they will. As far as vocal guys, Tristan and Walker, Ryan, they're all pretty vocal. Blake's pretty, just kind of goes about his business and does things. But even Blake has really taken another step as far as just holding other guys accountable and being vocal. Because one thing you do is you have to be yourself. You can't go be somebody you're not. You lead through being yourself and just handling your business a certain way, and I think everybody's unique and different, but them being together for so long, coming together, that's what makes it special.
Much does it help an offensive line to have tight ends who are excited about blocking?
Yeah, I mean, I just think us working together and like communicating in practice, in meetings, again, you have to create cohesion, and you got to create that togetherness, and I believe the tight ends bought into that last year and will continue to do so.
It sounds like you have taken more of a instrumental role in sort of that creating that cohesion.
Well, I don't think it was anything about me. Like, that's just the way I've always done it. So I don't think that's anything that's different. But when you communicate, communication's huge. So we all have to be saying the same things. We all have to be communicating in the same way. When I say something, the tight ends have to they can't teach it one way in here and one way here. Like, it all has to be together. So the more you communicate in the same meetings and the more you're on the field and they're hearing the same verbiage, it just takes away the gray area. You know what I mean? And that way they just go play and they're free and they're communicating and they're saying the same things to each other. I think that's very important.
I know you got camp to go through and everything, and things change in those couple of weeks. But going into camp, I know last year you guys were sitting around 7-8 guys. Where do you think you're at now going into camp with the number?
Yeah, I don't have a specific number, and probably won't until we get into that game week. But I do think we'll have a chance to create some depth, and we talked about that a little bit earlier. Just creating depth and creating competition at the position. I mean, you'd love to have at least 8 or 9 going into the season that you feel good about. But to me, again, you create that competition, it makes everybody better. So you really want to push hard and try to get that number as high as we can.
Is there a date, like maybe after the second scrimmage, you'd like to have your starting 5 established?
Yeah, I mean, that second scrimmage, that's really kind of the line where after that, then you're starting to get ready for LSU. But we got to focus on ourselves because we got a lot of work to do between now and that second scrimmage. But certainly some questions will be answered by then.
In recruiting, you seem to strike serious, but also you're happy to be loose.
I'm sorry.
Like in recruiting, like you can be loose with guys sometimes.
Yeah.
Not always just straight serious. How do you
Yeah.
get into that mindset? Obviously, it's paid off, but
Well,
how do you approach guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's a. I mean, when you want to have a good time and you want to build those relationships and you want to build that connection, because what that does, that helps when you step on the field and it's time to go. Like, they know this guy cares about me, and to me, if you know somebody cares about you, you can coach them way harder. So the more connection you have, to me, the harder you're going to play for each other, and the more you know about each other, the harder you're going to play for each other. So I don't think that's anything that's unique. I just think that it just takes the time to build those relationships, because in this day and age of way that the transfer portal and NIL, like, relationships still matter. It just does. And the more that you care about one another and the more that you build that camaraderie within the unit, I just think that's if there is a secret sauce, that's it. I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy meeting the families and building those relationships, and just I just think that's kind of why you do what you do. It's about relationships and helping these young men. They all got goals and dreams, and they want to reach a certain level, and really I'm just trying to help them get there, and I really enjoy that part of it.